Greetings, hi, the War Owl greets you, and welcome to Counter-Strike Global Offensive 101, a series of tutorials aimed to help gamers learn the basics of how to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This time, we'll be looking at a very useful and often overlooked pistol, the p250. The p250 is a unique weapon for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, meaning it's unique in its purpose and implementation. Yes, I'm aware that similar weapons exist in other games as well as other Counter-Strike titles as the Compact. The p250 cost a mere $500, only $100 more than the Tech 9, another new favorite pistol. The benefits of the p250 over the Tech 9 is that it can be purchased by both terrorists and counter-terrorists, removing the huge disadvantage many players perceive by not giving the CTs an affordable, powerful pistol for the first round strategies. First, let's consider the Desert Eagle. It costs a lot, only has 7 rounds, and has a slow fire rate. Also, the Desert Eagle, or Deagle, is actually fairly inaccurate at longer distances in CSGO, making it not as useful as it was in previous Counter-Strike titles. We also have to consider that CSGO drastically reduces the damage that weapons do at longer distances, making pistols virtually useless at long distances, which is what the Deagle has always been fairly useful for when compared to other pistols. Now, the p250. The p250 holds 13 rounds. 13! Woo! Anyway, that's a lot. It also has a decent fire rate. You can fire it pretty much as fast as you click. Now for the zinger, the kicker, the garnish, the thing. It is, without a helmet, a one-hit headshot. With a helmet, it can also be a one-hit headshot at close distances. At longer distances, it is not. However, this makes it an especially good first-round weapon. It will fire faster than the Deagle and Tech 9. It's still a one-hit kill, holds 13 rounds, and that's plenty. You don't need the 32 that the Tech 9 has, for crying out loud. Even if 32 is a very good number, the power of 2 and all that, and 13 being just an ugly number, it's a prime and it's unlucky and all that, just an ugly number. Anyway, that's not important. What was I talking about? Oh yes, the p250. One-hit headshot. That makes it incredibly useful. Now, some players also prefer it as an economy weapon, as well as a sidearm to complement the AWP, instead of the classic Deagle, which is quite significant. It's cheap and powerful. Now, I feel obligated to warn you that even without a helmet, at certain distances, it is still not a one-hit kill. I've gotten a perfect headshot at medium range for one hit, 97 damage before, with the p250. Mind you, I've also been able to ace the first round 5 versus 5 using the p250 and only using one clip. At $500 on first round, you'll be left with $300 left over. Not enough to buy a kit, which is a very good reason to not purchase it. Generally, first round CTs will want to use the starting pistol and buy kits and nades, or buy armor and buy kits and nades, because the CT starting pistol, it works just fine. And since the inclusion of the cheap, scarily powerful Tech 9 that the terrorists have, and the natural advantage of the Ts in the first round, the p250 is a good way to put the CTs back in a powerful position. And we all know how important that first round is. It usually guarantees you the first 3 rounds, which is very important. If only one player buys it for each site, this will allow 2 or 3 players to buy kits and nades. With your p250, you will be able to buy your flash, which is very important to have for first round. I can definitely see this as a weapon that will be used in high-level competitive play, once players get more used to it. So now you're probably asking, how do you use it? Well, first of all, it's incredibly important to go for headshots. It won't do you any good going for body shots. With a pistol, the first round is generally fairly accurate, and so is the second. However, the faster you fire it, the more it kicks upward, but only to a specific max height. It also does not waver back and forth very much, making spraying with this weapon a possible strategy. When you pull the weapon down during a spray, and you only pull it down to a certain point, and then you just hold it there. For your one-hit headshots, generally you want to try and do this at close range and around corners. Wait until you know the enemy is around the corner, holding the cursor at head level at all times. Then either turn the corner and go for the headshot to surprise your opponent, or wait for your opponent to round the corner and ambush the target by waiting for his head to come into your crosshair. It's generally better in CSGO to surprise your opponent. And I say that because if you turn the corner, you have a probably, in the terms of milliseconds, advantage in terms of how the netcode works. In my opinion, always prepare to shoot about 2 or 3 rounds per kill. That way, if you accidentally miss a round or the game decides it won't give you the 100 damage for a gun to the face, you'll still be shooting. Remember that it has 13 rounds. This is important. It means that you won't have to reload it as much as you would a deagle. A lot of times a player will lose because they reload when they shouldn't, which makes a very distinct sound and allows the enemy to either take a position or to kill you. Well, I'm the War Owl, and I still have no closer.